Hey guys, Mike Morales here at Fin Factory Kayak and Tackle. Today we're gonna pretty much do the unthinkable. You guys have seen this before. We're gonna go ahead and perform an autopsy on a Hobie Pro Angler 360 PA12.
Yes!
The main objective behind this video, guys, is to kind of show you the ins and outs of how the insides of these pro anglers work. You know, anywhere from, the pulleys to the rudder. You talk about the skeg, basically gives you a better idea of, how to fix one of these things if they go bad by kind of analyzing the internals of the boat, okay? So this particular boat, we're lucky enough, well, I wouldn't say lucky, but this is a warranty hull that we are destroying. So we'll take this opportunity to kind of break it down and let you guys see what the insides are of this boat. So we're pretty excited about it, so we'll go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so for this particular boat, the reason why it was a warranty is that we had a crack basically occur right around this section here. You can't really see the crack because we did attempt to repair while the gentleman was waiting for his new boat to come in, but it's this section here where the water was actually entering into his boat. So not something you can really repair, where it holds up the test of time. So if you're getting water come in, this might be a good area for you to look at. Oh, wow. Wow. Whew, man. That's cool, man. So now let's talk about the mechanics of the boat so that you have a good idea of kind of what goes what. You ever wonder why a Hobie runs pretty expensive? Is because they use a lot of little hardware in these that's kind of expensive. We probably have about 12 to 15 Harken pulleys running through everything to control from your seat to your skeg, guys. So we're gonna kind of walk you through how everything works, okay? All right, guys, so we'll start up at the top here, and this would be the starboard side, is that right? Wait, no, this would be the port side, left side, kind of in reverse here. So the first thing you're gonna see is right where the hatch is at, guys, there's this kind of like nipple here, and there's a pulley tied off to it, just kind of free floating. What this pulley is for your skeg, okay? So if you check this out, basically the way it works is that we'll start from the back where the skeg comes in. So this is your skeg line. Your skeg line basically runs through this pulley, comes around, okay? Basically it attaches here to this pulley, okay, as a two-way. Now, one thing that's real important for you guys to understand is the bungees that are designed within these lines, guys, are designed to create tension and to basically retract those, T-handle pulls. So if you ever wonder, man, how the springiness, my springiness is gone. It's because these bungees get shot, okay? They wear out and your T-handle stops getting sucked into the boat, okay? So what Hobie is notorious for and what they do is they attach all of these bungees with a hog ring, stainless steel hog ring. These, to me, I tell you, they got about a 3 or 4 year lifespan if you're in the saltwater. Oftentimes when we replace these, we just use zip ties, heavy duty zip ties. So anyway, back to the story. To this pulley, goes around that pulley, comes back around to this lead, through to the T-handle. So this is how this particular guy works for your skeg, okay? So you got 1, 2, 3 inline pulleys just for the skeg, okay? Fast forward onto the port side as well, you have another line that's here, okay? So this line that runs through that pulley down to the T-bolt, if you follow this guy around, okay, again, inline bungee here to create the springiness and snap in your T-handle, comes back around into this pulley down to the seat. So this is actually your seat riser. So the seat riser itself has 2 pulleys integrated to make sure that you have a smooth operation, okay? Okay, so that's that. So if you kind of come further up the port side, guys, you're gonna see another pulley here. What this guy is for is this is for your rudder tensioner, okay? And this is pretty interesting here. So we're gonna just jump right into the steering, okay? So these are this is your left-handed steering, basically shaft here, and you'll see that there's 2 basically loops on this particular shaft, and this is for where your handle attaches to. And if you throttle this guy back, okay, you come all the way through here, you're gonna go through another pulley and boom, right out to your rudder, okay? Same thing happens on this side, okay? But before we do that, you'll see that this secondary line is gonna come right through here, right through this pulley, which acts as the rudder tensioner, back across the bow, through a secondary pulley, right into the starboard side handle, okay? So if you wonder how the dual steering works, you know, if you wanna make adjustments, guys, oftentimes this line that's crossing here will either stretch, which creates kind of some weirdness where your handles don't line up. You know, this is the line that does that. On the opposite end of this shaft here, it goes straight back around this pulley and out to the opposite side to tie off to the drum, okay? So that is your steering on this particular guy. These shafts are pretty simple. They house a spring. They go right through the boat, just like this. There's usually a spring in line there, and it basically operates this way, and that's how both the handles turn, okay? So you got another guy that's here, okay? There's another pulley down here, guys, and what this pulley is for your guardian plate for your transducer, okay? This guy goes around this pulley, in through the T-handle post, right out through this tube, and into your guardian plate, just like that. All right, guys, so in comparison to the Pro Angler 14, this is the actual 360 model. As far as the way the lines and everything are run for steering and rudder and skeg and seat, it's all the same. The only variation to this boat, obviously, is your well, where your drive fits in. The boat drives obviously don't convert over to the other one. And kind of back to the original issue, if you look right there, I think you can see that little crack. That's where the culprit was, where the water was getting into the boat. And you can see that hairline crack that runs right through there, okay? So the steering, okay? So if you're wondering, okay, how do I adjust? You know, I know that, you know, this is the transmission for your 360. This is right here, the Allen key that you pretty much have to loosen to adjust the tension of your steering, the band, or the band that runs in here that operates the turning of your 360 drive. Once you loosen that guy, this will basically allow you to turn, and you'll see that this is actually elongating, tightening the tension of the band that runs inside of this. So if you think about it, it's not a band, it's a belt. A belt runs through here, around this gear in here, back through and around the actual pulley that will turn your clutch here, okay? So that's how you basically adjust the tension, and to loosen the tension, you're gonna go in reverse to loosen that tension, okay? You wanna mark your location here, so when you're making that adjustment, you can make note of it, okay? So that's that. Guys, other than that, I mean, that's pretty much the mechanics of this boat. Some things I want to make reference to is if you look at anywhere where there's tension, potential tension on the hull of the boat, such as you know, your cell port mass. You see this is reinforced with PVC. You can't get that out of there. You come back here to the main support structures, which are these scuppers. I mean, look at the thickness of that, guys. We're talking about 1/2 inch there of plastic that helps reinforce the scuppers. So if you do put a scupper card in there or something, you don't, you know, the risk of cracking your scuppers is very small, okay? So, you know, you can see, guys, this is some really heavy duty stuff here. You look at your Guardian plate entryway, you know, you look at the density of the plastic around these key points here, guys, and it's very, very, very tough stuff. All right, kind of moving to the underside of the boat. You come over here. Right, so the foam placement, you know, again, basically, guys, as you can see the way it sits here, these will fit, these 3 blocks will fit in between your horizontal rectangular hatch in the center, between the gunnels and the hatch. You've got these 2 cylinders that fit directly underneath your seat pan, where your seat feet plate are at. These fit directly underneath that to provide that additional support under that foot plate. You've got your rear block that sits right in front of your Guardian plate area. And then you've got these 2 additional supports. And if you can see the slot here, this is to house the clutch for your 360 drive, okay? That's the way the foam sits, guys. A lot of people ask, like, well, where's this foam sit? That's where it sits, okay? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this autopsy of this Hobie Pro Angler 12 360. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Other than that, guys, we hope to see you on the water soon. Tight lines.